Today we are joined by 20% of the world's greatest American band, White Reaper. Nick Wilkerson, the drummer. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Pretty
Man,
good.
thanks for
All
asking.
right.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so we got a little bit of a basic question to start off, but I genuinely would like to know, how did you come up with the name White Reaper and what's the meaning behind it?
Do you guys have like Halloween Express up
Halloween
there?
Express. Can't
No,
say
is it just like a Halloween store?
Yeah. So I think we were like 18, and what we would do like after school, or I guess we wouldn't be in school at this point. Maybe I think we were in high school though, so maybe like 17 or something. We would go to like the Halloween stores around the Halloween season, and uh, we would just look around with each other and just like laugh at stuff. And we saw like this white kind of like Grim Reaper. It's like, I think it was pretty small. It's like a little hangable like Halloween decoration. We looked at the tag and it said White Reaper on it. So we were like, yeah, that's a band name.
2019 was a big year for you guys. You signed with Elektra Records, you played Riot Fest, and you shared the stage with the Killers. And seeing your song Might Be Right hit #1 in the US Alternative Song Chart. So to go from a couple buddies jamming in high school to a #1 charting band, just tell me a little bit more about what that feels like and what it meant to you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Like, I feel like a lot of our shows when we were on Polyvinyl and when we had like I guess what I'm trying to say is like there used to be a lot more like moshing happening at our shows, and once we got a radio song, like we started seeing a new audience coming in, kind of more of like a radio crowd, which was awesome. We always want to reach out to as many people as possible, and if the radio can do that for us, and that's great. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that we saw in front of us was just like a more of a different crowd coming to shows. And yeah, it's been like, it was kind of a wild ride just seeing all the new fans. And it's like, it's funny because a lot of people I think just like didn't know any of our other songs, so they would just come for the one song, and you can kind of tell some like certain shows when that was the case. But yeah, it was weird though.
My next question is about the Judy French video, which featured a pretty slick performance from Alexandra Daddario. Great actress, love the video in general, but what did it mean for you guys to get to work with someone like that while you were kind of on the come up, and maybe just explain kind of what she was like to have around on set?
Yeah, so like the first kind of idea we had for the video was to have someone playing like this Judy French character, and our buddy Sal, who was tour managing us at the time, had a friend named Brandon Dermer, who was like a music video director, or just general director of video content. And yeah, our tour manager Sal put us in touch with him, and he kind of drafted up this list of people who he might want to reach out to play this Judy character. And the whole idea for the video kind of shifted into just her playing all of us, whoever it would be. And then I guess Alex was interested, so we jumped in the studio and played a show that night. It was all in LA, and yeah, pretty funny, like pretty insane. I remember watching what's the movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Baywatch.
No, it was the Earth, San Andreas.
Yeah, San Andreas.
Oh yeah. I know that one too.
Not to be confused with the PlayStation 2 game, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's an earthquake movie.
You guys talked about your presence in the Louisville underground scene before. So I want to know if there are any venues that you would credit with helping you take a big step forward, whether it's, say, like a go-to spot you'd pack for local shows, or maybe a venue that you can credit with giving you a break and letting you play their stage when you were just getting started. I guess, is there just a specific venue you can think of that you hold fond memories of in that Louisville underground scene?
Yeah, so when we first started kind of going to shows, like before even the band at all, uh, there was this place called Skull Alley, and it doesn't exist anymore. But when it did exist, it was like a all ages kind of venue, and like our parents would drop us off there, my sister would drop us off there, and that's where like Tony and I and Ryan and actually all of us, besides Hunter, he was in Texas doing his thing. But yeah, we would all go to these shows, and it was like the most eye-opening experience to see like this community, because we didn't necessarily live in downtown Louisville. So like we didn't know this whole kind of community existed. You know, we were just going to high school together, and like Tony and this guy Jack, they were like my two best friends in high school. And we would all just like go to these shows and meet people. And yeah, like I'd say that's what really solidified me being like, this is what I want to do, you know. I want to play up there on that stage. And we did, and we started a punk band, and we started playing shows there. But besides that, like there are other really awesome smaller Louisville venues. Like Zanzibar back then was a lot smaller than it is now. They like expanded not too long ago. And yeah, I'd say those two places, Zanzibar and Skull Alley.
I was watching the interview that Tony and Hunter did with Consequence of Sound at Riptide Music Festival in 2019. And the video ended with Hunter describing a live White Reaper show as playing football with no pads. What do you think he meant by that?
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's a hilarious quote. Just like playing football, no pads, man. I guess he meant like when I start a song, I'm like passing, or when someone starts a song, you're passing the football, and you got to watch yourself, because if you don't have pads on, you're gonna hurt yourself.
All right, Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out?
Oh man, this lightning round might turn into a turtle round, if you know what I'm saying. I'm a vegetarian, so I guess I'm gonna have to go with Chick-fil-A because I got the veggie wrap.
All right, the Killers or the Dirty Nil?
Oh my god, dude. I love both, but I gotta go with the nil here.
Steve Miller Band or Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Steve Miller Band.
Nice.
Ringo Starr or Trey Cool?
Freaking Trey Cool, dude.
Yeah, let's go.
I gotta go with Trey Cool.
Yeah.
I used to like Green Day was seriously my favorite band of all time growing up.
Howard Stern or Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel. Sweet guy. Very nice. Nice man.
Super nice guy.
Nice guy, yeah, for sure. Lars Ulrich or Buddy Rich?
Lars. Come on, what was I born in the golden 20s or whatever they called them?
Denzel Washington or Keanu Reeves?
Oh man. I think I gotta go Keanu for some reason.
Yes.
The Matrix was the first rated R movie I ever saw.
Nick Jonas or Nick Wallenda?
Who's the second one?
The tightrope guy who walks across the buildings on tightropes. It's a big thing. He walked across Niagara Falls. Legend.
Wow. I gotta go Jonas.
Yeah, tightropers ain't shit these days.
No, I mean, I don't even know I don't know where I would even begin to like learn how to tightrope.
PBR or Budweiser?
There you go. Now you're talking. And I'm gonna go with PBR, I guess.
John Bonham or Neil Peart?
Bonham, probably. Rest in peace, Peart. I guess you guys say Peart, right?
So we recently spoke with an artist that you guys toured with before the pandemic, and when we inquired to see if maybe he had some White Reaper Road stories, he just told us to ask you your thoughts on piss bottles. So fill us in on that one.
Piss bottles.
Yeah.
You're talking. Sorry, I hit my desk.
It's all good.
I happen to be the perfect guy in the band to talk to about piss bottles.
All right.
You know, you're dehydrated, you're on the road, you know, you're not feeling your best. So you buy a big gallon of water at the, you know, an actual gallon of water, like a jug. You bring in the van, you drink it, and you know, drink the whole thing. You have the empty gallon jug. That is pretty relatively easy to piss into. So rather than having to stop every, you know, hour or every 30 minutes, you know, we got like usually got 7 guys in the van. You just take a little whiz in your gallon, you know, stash it away. The funny thing is I've gotten in trouble for this because not a lot of, you know, sometimes the guys don't want any pissing happening in the van, which is understandable. It's pretty gross. But you know, sometimes you just gotta get the business done.
So I guess what we're
That's all I have to say on this.
What we're gathering from this is that you are pro piss bottles.
Yeah, yes, I would say yes in our own situation, because it's either that or everybody's going to be mad that I have to piss, because I'm probably the #1 pisser. And yeah, I hydrate myself a lot, and I drink a lot of water, and I'm probably the one that has to go to the bathroom the most. So you know, might as well take a little secret whiz in the jug rather than you know, be like, hey, turn it down, I gotta go to the bathroom.
The more and more I've listened, I've sensed kind of a feel for the guitar of Thin Lizzy, complemented by the vocals similar to Empire of the Sun about your band. Now, this is just what my ears are kind of telling me, but I'd like to get it from the source. What are some of your biggest musical influences, and what goes into that unique White Reaper sound?
For me, like playing drums, it was like Green Day and like Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance and like The Who and like a bunch of just like really big bands from when I was in middle school. I think that's pretty much the case all across the board for us, is like that kind of like, you know, waking up before school, turning on Fuse. Do you guys have Fuse? That's a thing, right? That's everywhere, right?
What's that? No.
It's like a kind of like MTV, but had like, I don't know. It was like kind of an extreme sports channel, I think, and it had like music videos in the morning. You turn it on, you know, and it'd just be like Green Day or Fall Out Boy or My Chemical Romance, and I think those bands really, yeah, just kind of dug their ways into our brain, and I'd say that kind of scene is what we, you know, what made us want to play music. But I'd say like later on down the line, like in high school, and you know, you find out about all these cool bands like Thin Lizzy or the Cars or, you know, any bands like that, and you start kind of like fantasizing about what if we made this now, you know what I mean? Like, what if we try to bring this into the present?
quick plug here. Anything you guys got coming up in the new year, or once we get out of the pandemic here? Anything you want to share?
Just keep an eye out for stuff. Hopefully we have some stuff coming down the tube at some point. There's just like a PBR crew that just brought a bunch of PBRs. I don't know why they were there. Maybe they were like shooting some content or something. But they were just like giving out beers, and I remember just like drinking a bunch of beers and then having to play a show that night. You know, I was just like super tired by the end of it, and it was really funny. Just like drinking, like, I don't know, drinking beers all day long without even realizing it.
Slippery slope of events. Sure.
Slippery slope. I've changed since.